Morning, lovelies. Begin seated or lying down. Just checking in with how you're feeling. And begin with a few deep breaths. Lovely deep inhale. And lovely long exhale as well. And as you sit or lie there, whatever you've chosen, just root yourself down. Sometimes you don't even need to visualize the roots in your mind. A lot of people can be visual, but just knowing that you're rooted. The thought of rooting, just the image of roots in your mind, just taking that energy down. And while we're here, we can scan through our chakras just for a moment. How do we feel at the base of our spine and root energy? How are our legs, all the way down to feet? Checking in with sacral and lower back, our emotions. And solar plexus, that confidence center. How do you feel around the heart area, front of the chest and back? And throat, connected with the neck, how we voice outwardly and inwardly. And then third eye and crown, the energy around the top of the head. Does it feel balanced? Or can you notice or have an instinct about something's a little bit off? So just being aware of our chakras as we work through our practice. We often work with chakras in Hatha, but it comes into all types of yoga, yin. How the energy flows through the meridians. And although that's Chinese sort of philosophy, the nadis come from the Indian and sort of the yogic philosophy. Very similar things. So if you know that there is something that you feel a little bit imbalanced with, make that the focus today. Draw the breath to that area, whether it's, hips, which would link with sacral and root, our legs. Digestive would be sacral and solar plexus. If there's an emotional thing going on for you, heart and sacral. If there's something you really need to communicate or you're finding it really difficult, throat. And if you're not sleeping very well, or you've having headaches, or just fuzzy head, lack of concentration, work with the energy of the upper chakras in the head. So those of you lying down, just draw the knees in, gently rock, and just slowly come up for Zazen, because when we come into meditation, we're definitely working with our third eye and crown. Being on the mat in yin as well is very, very linked with root. So we're always encouraging balance there. And often different poses are sacral and solar plexus and heart. So really, it's nice to know that the movements and the shapes we make, they're actually doing something a little bit deeper for us. We don't have to understand it. We just know when it feels right. So joining me in Zazen, we'll do mindfulness of breath this morning, where we count 10 out breaths, 10 in breaths, then we drop the count, and then just by that time we're really quite settled, the brain waves have shifted, and we're in quite a lovely meditative space where we're just tuning into everything we feel connected with the breath. So be that mindfulness of breath. So rest your hands to Dhyana Mudra. This usually takes about 5 minutes. Begin to relax, soften your face. Take a lovely deep breath And as you relax the out breath, the shoulders soften, eyelids are soft. And then we can begin counting the out breaths 1 to 10. And don't feel the need to rush. Take your time with this. Counting the inhales. And relaxing the count. And then really draw your awareness to everything you feel as you breathe. The nostrils, chest and belly. And then very gradually just take another breath. And slowly blinking eyes open, coming back. Noticing how you felt. Whether that was a practice where you were really concentrated or whether the mind was just monkey mind all over the place. There's no judgment, just literally aware of how you felt in that moment. So we're going to come into turtle. And you can carry on the meditations or the practices that we do in your poses if you want to. So turtle, like child's pose, coming into a compression. If you need something behind your knees just to soften that, then you can do. Otherwise, just gently coming down. And at any point in any of these poses, if you need to come out, please just adjust or come out completely. Let's see if we can relax in this lovely long stretch to the back. Gradually start to explore releasing your shoulders. And then notice how firm you're keeping your belly and your abdomen. Whether you can relax and soften that as you breathe. How does it feel through the back of your body? And just notice if you're keeping any tightness and tension in the tops of your thighs. And rotate your awareness back round to the belly. Relax your face. Let everything just soften. Checking in with your neck. How does this pose feel? Does it feel safe, nurturing, or is it too compressive today? If you need to adjust or come out, please do. Can you relax the upper arms a bit more and the shoulders? And then we'll take one long breath.
bringing hands either side of the head. Just lift the head really slowly. We've had it down for quite some time, just so that we don't get any dizziness. Come up really slowly. And then equally as slowly, just unfold your legs. Let all the fluids start to move free. Feel the tingling in your feet. That is a lovely pose. Because we're on our shins, that really does get into the stomach meridian. But it's lovely for the bladder meridian as well, that runs along the spine. So when I mention these different meridians that we target and the organs that they relate to, what we're doing is allowing the energy to flow more freely, where sometimes it can get blocked, stagnant, or it's depleted. Sometimes it's excessive, and again, just the flow needs to even that out. So just check in with what you're feeling, the tingliness that you're going to feel around your feet and ankles and shins, maybe coldness around the inner thigh or inner knees. Have a lovely long sigh. Just surrender even more to your mat. Which toes can you feel any more than others? And all this awareness on your body, on what's happening in this moment, keeps you present, keeps you so in the now. And when we're in the now and there's nothing to worry about, then we're coming back into balance, into homeostasis, avoiding worrying about the future or panicking about the past. We're just enjoying every present moment. So we'll draw our knees in now. Take a moment to rock. We're going to come into twisted roots next. So if you've got a couple of cushions or cushion and a blanket, just for the opposite knee and shoulder for supporting, just enjoy a nice rock here. Deep breath. Just enjoy being in your body as well, loving how you're feeling today. So I'm going to put the pillow to the right for the knees, and then just grab a little soft rolled blanket for the left shoulder. And then coming back into this lying position with the knees bent, bring that left leg over right. Gently roll the body over to the right. And then just positioning whatever support for that left shoulder that you need. And relax. Take a few moments. It always takes me a few moments to get into the pose, have a little fidget, and then settle. Your feet might sort of start to slide or slip. Try to relax the inner thighs of the muscular tension and let the posture just develop. And then when you feel like you've come to a stillness, start rotating awareness around your body, from legs to thighs, relaxing lower back and the waist.
softening shoulders and really trying to find a position for the head where the neck is relaxed. Softening face. Nice deep breaths, following the breath as it twists and moves through your body. And the moments of quietness are there for you to witness your thoughts. Can you notice what you are noticing? You can think about this pose being very nourishing for your digestive system and enhancing for your solar plexus, which is all to do with courage and self-worth. Let's take a nice long breath. And then as you exhale, gently starting to unravel the body. Really slowly, sort of moving one limb at a time. Find neutral spine. And just explore, what does your body feed back to you now? Where can you feel sensation? Start to tune into the shift in energy flow, the warmth and cold differences. Observing thoughts and feelings. And just coming to know yourself. I always like to come back to that quote by Bernie, the famous yin teacher, where we don't use the body to get into the pose. We use the pose to get into the body. So we'll draw the right knee in, then left. Take a lovely long moment here to rock and enjoy what you feel through your back and spine. Nice small rotations if that feels good. Notice your digestive system. And then we'll come into the other side. So if you just need to shift your props around, because the more we use, the more we have everything kind of around us in place, the more you're going to enjoy it and really relax into the pose. So let's come into the twist left side, right leg over left, and then bringing the body over to the left. Have your moment to fidget and find the place where you're going to be most rested. Let the legs just slip into place. And then start to relax. I don't know about you, but it really is incredible how much tension we hold in the body. Obviously to hold the body in place and do things, but how much we have to unwind to really let every muscle go. Relax your legs and thighs, buttocks and lower back. Notice if there's a tiny slight tension in the sides of your waist. Shoulders, neck and face. Maybe close your eyes and just feel like you're melting. Check in with your hands and wrists just to see if they are tense or tight. Conscious belly breaths. And draw all your awareness into the present moment. Be the noticer of what you're thinking, what you're noticing, what you're feeling. Notice your breath, whether it's shallow or deep, or whether there's a lovely quality to it. Keep looking through your body. We'll take a lovely long breath. And then on the out breath, gently just starting to unravel. Enjoy the slow movement as you just come back to neutral spine. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? And then draw the knees in. Even the slow movement of hugging knees in as well, just checking in with how it all moves and flows. Bring the head up if you want a little bit more of a stretch. And so we're going to come into caterpillar. Bring the body forward. So extending legs out, just walk out the pads of the buttocks so sit bones connect. If you need something under your knees, like a rolled blanket, you can do. Otherwise, keeping legs stretched. And so we'll just come forwards. Let the legs be soft and relaxed. If the legs rotate and the feet turn outwards, that's okay. Enjoy the deep breaths here. Going to the point where you can feel this stretch, but it's not painful, but you can challenge yourself. And checking in with whether your breath changes in this pose, whether it all becomes upper chest, or whether you can bring the breath to the belly, use the diaphragm. Try and relax your calf muscles. Lovely deep breaths. Maybe just creep your hands a little bit further forward. Notice if the back softens a bit more. How does this feel today? Again, this is a lovely pose for your urinary bladder.
Notice if you can soften further into the pose. And one more breath. Really slowly lift up. As you do, you can feel that release of the stretch in the backs of the legs. Tuning into back, spine, and then coming down. Take your time as you come down. Really enjoy sort of that process of rolling your body out. Supporting as you come to the mat. And taking some deep belly breaths, just sort of nurture that lower part of our body, lower back and belly. Let the sides of your back soften, let the muscles relax. Being in the now. Just take the opportunity to notice when you're practicing this yin, whether you kind of lose all sense of space and time, all sense of who you are as a person relating to others, wife, mother, all these things. Just notice if all of that really does dissipate. Having spoken about it, it will bring your attention to it, but there'll be times when you're not anything. You don't know the time, if your eyes are closed, you're just feeling your mat, that's it. It's really quite a lovely place to be. So we'll hug our knees in again. Just these lovely little observations I kind of direct to you, just in case every now and then you notice that that's been happening. When you notice it, you've come out of it, but prior to that, you were aware. So heart bench now. If you've got 2 blocks, if you're not feeling like heart bench today, just take bench, which is lying over the cushion. I like to always give someone that option, just in case the back doesn't feel quite right. So we've come forward with caterpillar, and so just coming now in the opposite direction. Like, it's always good to counterpose our body. So positioning that block behind the heart, aligning with the spine, and then just that top block for resting head. Take a moment to fidget. I always do. Have to adjust a few times until I find that sort of sweet spot where I know I can settle. How does this pose feel today? Always feels a bit strange going into it, but 4 minutes down the line, totally is different. Try and relax the head and neck. Your chin may want to tuck in and get that length to the upper part of neck and spine.
close your eyes, just let the arms fall away, relaxing your wrists and hands. And then as you follow with concentration your breath, you can feel the belly rise, movement of the chest, and a slow fall of the belly back to the spine. Relaxing both your legs. Just witness that thought. Always cultivating the observer within. You are the watcher, watching what's going on, what you're feeling. Allow the breath to be just lovely and even and slow. Tuning into heart center. Are you feeling open-hearted today? A little bit half-hearted or closed-hearted? Downhearted? All these expressions that we use to describe our energetic place. One more breath. Gently coming up. Really support your body as you lift, engaging belly a little. And then as you just move those blocks away, come straight down. Even as you lower yourself down, you're feeling the after effects of that pose just start to sort of develop. So we've got time for one more pose. I'm going to give you a choice. Two fairly relaxing ones. So you can do waterfall, where we lift the legs, or a two-sided banana, where we just have a few minutes in each side. So have a moment to hug your knees in and have a think about what you feel you might like
I know a lot of you love to raise the legs because it's very soothing and it's a lovely one at the end of a class. But we've come into a twist, a forward fold and a back fold. So you might want to just stretch the sides of your body with banana. And I'll kind of guide you halfway through if you are going to do a two-sided pose. So take your pick. If you're in banana, come over to the right. Shoulders top right and feet crossed. Whichever pose you've chosen, just try and relax. That's always the emphasis with every pose. Just try and release the muscular tension, become passive. Relax your back and buttocks. Whatever position you've chose, just draw your awareness to your breath. As you inhale, the diaphragm lowers, draws in the air, and a nice slow exhale. The diaphragm returns to its dome shape. And maybe you can kind of imagine this happening internally and just follow that kind of flow to your body. If you're in banana, just come back to center for a moment. And then come over to the other side. Again, relax the sides of your waist, lower back. What are you thinking? Notice your mind. And then one more breath. If you come into waterfall, just gently bend the knees, bring your body down very gently, and then banana coming back into alignment. Have a moment in Shavasana, neutral spine.
Do you feel good? Just notice if you're feeling good within. And if you're feeling good, then you're connected with Source. I often hear Wayne Dyer say, if you're feeling good, then you're with God, or whatever you like to call that, Source, universal consciousness, whatever you connect with. So draw knees in. We're going to come into relaxation now. So if you want to stay lying down, you can. If you want to come up seated, please do. And just allow yourself to get cozy, comfortable. Having something across your shoulders or over your body. Let's take a card and see what we've been divinely given today. As always, if you've got a question in mind or a query, just send it out to the universe and see if any of these cards will be in any way kind of a glimmer of an answer or the next step perhaps. Archangel Uriel, it's a lovely one. Linked with your solar plexus, Archangel Uriel and Aurora. Okay, so this one says for us today, your emotions are healing, which enables you to open up to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. I am called the psychologist angel because I help to heal toxins from people's thoughts and emotions. I am especially able to release stubborn anger and unforgiveness. I am with you right now to clear away such toxins. I would also like to work with you to help others clear away their emotional and psychological blocks. My healing work is subtle. I never force it on anyone. Like you, I believe that it is best to wait until someone approaches me and directly requests guidance or assistance. Then I simply and lovingly ask them to be willing to release toxins from their mind and heart. If they are willing to do so, then the release will occur. In this way, the person retains their dignity and control while choosing to be clear of lower energies. An interesting card. None of us are actually perfect, and I'm sure that we do hold historical unforgiveness or suppressed anger in some ways, if we look deeply. And so call on Archangel Uriel to just help you to be not necessarily release, but just to be willing to. That's the first thing. Just sit with those thoughts for a moment. So when you're ready, just with your eyes closed still, taking a few breaths. Checking in with how you're feeling. And if you're lying down, just begin to move, or if you're seated, you can just, eyes closed still, wiggle fingers. Coming back into the physical body. Roll the head. Hug the knees in. Again, just slowly moving. Coming back. With a really lovely kind of gentle mindset for the rest of your day. Anything that makes you angry or you're judgmental about and there's a bit of unforgiveness, just draw in that lovely card that we read, Uriel, Archangel Uriel. So, drawing hands to heart center. Om Shanti.
Namaste.